Hello and welcome to another episode of What's Cooking at Vincent Joe's. We have their chef, Angelo Loria, here with us, and I understand we have a little bit of a breakfast, brunch, or even dinner with what you're going to prepare for us today.
Absolutely. One of my favorite meals is brunch, because it's a mix of the best of both worlds. You've got your wonderful breakfast item that everyone loves, and then you've got some lunch in there too, and you even throw in a sprinkle of dinner. Today we're going to be making a frittata, which usually is the last meal of the day in Italy, but we see a lot on menus here for brunch, breakfast, along those sort of lines too. So it's a great time to give someone a day off, where you can prepare it ahead of time, even the day before. Give someone that day off so everyone can enjoy a nice family time together.
Yeah, exactly. So you have a lot of items here already prepared for us. The stove is on, and
so we're going to start with a little bit of olive oil, but you can put whatever ingredients you want. It's great. Traditionally in Italy, it's the stuff that's kind of left over from our big meal, which is during lunch, during the afternoon hours. So if we have some extra vegetables, potatoes, even meat or seafood left over, we'll end up putting in the pan, making a frittata, and having a very healthful meal.
Awesome. So what, are you just kind of coating the bottom of the pan right now?
Coating the bottom of the pan, absolutely. So just so nothing sticks on here too. Use a non-stick pan because eggs get funny. They end up sticking to pans that aren't coated. So we use a non-stick pan, and then you're basically just going to have all these pre-cooked ingredients done. We're going to throw them in and heat them up before we add the egg to it. So we've got some rabini, which are Italian cauliflower, Italian broccoli. Absolutely delicious, or broccoli rab, as they're sold. We've got some roasted red peppers, some roasted potatoes, and all these ingredients are fully cooked before you put them in here too.
Okay.
Also, it would just take too much time. We've got some roasted mushrooms.
It already smells good enough for my liking, so I'm ready to dig in.
We gotta wait. Caramelized onions, some tomatoes, and just for a little bit of fun, some crushed red pepper to spice things up a little bit.
That was fun.
We want to make sure you season throughout, just like we always say.
Yep.
If you just season at the end, you're going to end up with salty food. You season throughout the whole process, you've got some wonderfully evenly tasting food. All right, now we're going to add our egg.
So this is almost going to appear almost like an omelet or something along those lines.
So it's a big, thick omelet. We're going to actually finish in the oven to make sure that middle gets cooked evenly.
Okay.
You want to hand me that spatula over there?
Absolutely.
Important thing is to make sure all the ingredients are dispersed throughout. You want to make sure that they don't just end up in one spot. And then we're just going to gently fold in the sides here to make sure we continuously cook all the egg. This can be done ahead of time the day before and slightly warmed, or eaten at room temperature, or even eaten cold. It's a simple way to make brunch fun.
Yeah,
again,
it's pretty quick too. Also.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It'll take about 15 minutes. And also we have some other things too. So when you think brunch is a great excuse to have some bubblies and some orange juice as well. So we have some mimosas, and you can just have fun with different types of juices, different types of sparkling wine to go with it as well. From different flavored coffees to some breakfast quiches to which we have the quiches displayed over there. It's great, some fresh fruit, and then you have your typical lunch entrees, things you'd have for lunch, or even if you wanted to put out a deli tray or a sandwich. Brunch is a great way to either clean out the fridge or really have fun and experiment, from pancakes to sausage to bacon, waffles.
Bacon's a great invention.
You know, it's great for bacon is a great invention, by the way. But it's a great way to really show your appreciation for the people that usually do a lot in our lives. So whether you're bringing breakfast in bed to mom, or you're having this out on the deck with dad, or just as a whole family, something for grandma and grandpa. It's a great way to bring family together early in the morning. And the good thing about brunch is you get it done early, and then you have the rest of the day to yourself.
All day. Is this an easy cleanup, or is there a little bit of kind of, I don't know if it's a messy kind of dish when you're eating it, actually?
No, not at all. It'll be totally set, so you don't have to worry about things running and the sort. But the toughest part is getting all the ingredients set up for it,
prepped.
too. So, if you have your bacon cooked off the night before, if you have your potatoes cooked off the night before, if you make your frittata the night before, there's very little cleanup.
Yeah. It's definitely looks, smells good. I noticed this time around you're taking the reins. So you understood we're on a time limit here, so you don't want me messing everything up. And
sometimes the tongs get a little tricky and
right.
end up pinching people.
Yeah, exactly. Or I'll just hurt myself along the way.
But ladies, he can still cook, so he's learned quite a bit. So
yeah, I don't know about that. So it's just a constant.
It's just a constant. Cause you see all the liquid egg on top here, so we're trying to push underneath, and that part will continue to cook. It used to be a lot more liquidy now that we.
Yeah, it's definitely kind of becoming more of a solid rather than a liquid. Bringing science into this.
And you don't want it to burn. You want it to be not too hot, but not too low on the stove. You have it too hot, you're gonna end up with being all charred and not looking very pretty. And then in the end, we'll gonna throw some cheese in there right before we put it in the oven, so it melts right on top. We've got mozzarella and Parmesan, but you can put whatever kind of cheese you have, whether it's cheddar cheese, Gouda, anything.
What's your preference?
My preference is a nice sharp provolone and some Parmesan.
You gotta take the professional advice there and try that one out.
Just matters what the other ingredients are too. So if you have a lot of Italian ingredients, some Italian cheeses, but if you've got, I don't know, if you're trying some different things or you got some sausage in, you'd be surprised at how good a smoked Gouda or something else would be in there.
I've actually never had Gouda, so that's.
It sounds like a topic for the next class.
Yeah, exactly. We're gonna have the Gouda. I'm trying to think of something clever, nothing came out, so we're just gonna have something Gouda.
It's cheese so good they called it Gouda.
Ah,
how about that, huh?
I like that.
It's terrible.
Might have to have a comedy segment next time.
I don't know. We can scratch that out, right?
No, come on.
So there's two ways you can flip it. If you're in someone else's kitchen, don't mind making a mess. You take it.
And then make them clean it up.
Flip it around.
Exactly.
If you want to hand me that round plate, that large round plate.
I'd love to. Oh, now that. Don't try this at home. That looked like it took years of practice.
No, it's the easy way to do it. I was going to flip it, but we don't need to make a mess. Put it back over there.
Made myself seem a little bit useful.
So we've got it here. Sprinkle some cheese on top.
Everything's better with a little cheese.
Absolutely. Some Parmesan. And we're going to toss it in the oven.
And how long do you normally leave it in the oven for?
You leave it probably about 5 minutes, just so you want that bottom to set. So when you cut it open, you don't want that runny egg. It's supposed to almost be like a crustless quiche.
Okay.
So if there's no crust to hold it together, you want to make sure it doesn't end up runny. You don't want to overcook it either, but probably about 5 minutes should be able to make sure everything congeals together.
And then you take it out of the oven and you're good to go?
You take it out of the oven and you're ready to eat it, or you let it cool. You know, again, this is the meal you make in the morning, and if you have some left over, you know, you have it at night. Or you make it at night, and the next morning you've got breakfast.
Beautiful.
Right. So now we're ready to come out of the oven.
Oh, look at that.
And it should slide right off for you.
Look at that. Slid right out.
Absolutely.
Fits perfectly on the plate.
Perfectly on there.
Looks perfectly in my eyes.
And we'll finish with a little bit of parsley on top. And we have some basil for garnish.
Look at that. The presentation is picture perfect.
And all done there. All right, now the final thing we have to do is probably eat this, eh?
I mean, I wouldn't complain.
There we are. Want to grab that plate over there?
This one here?
Yes, sir. Beautiful piece. Got all the fixings in the middle.
All of it.
We get you a fork.
And, you know, we gotta catch my natural instinct as it hits the taste buds.
Hopefully, we don't make as big a mess as we've been making lately with
It's been rough for me. It's taken a couple takes to eat some spaghetti. You know, it's hot, but it is very good.
Thank you.
That is what the kids are saying. On point.
On point.
On point. That is something special. I think you should cut yourself off a slab here. And but before that, I noticed there's a lot more around here as far as it looks like little like things to grab, like snacks or I really don't know the term to say, but it looks like more brunch items.
Yeah, you know, brunch is a great time for little bites of everything. So you're picking and choosing at little things. That way you can have a larger quantity of things to eat. In front of us here, we have the Brie Impaired in Croute. So it's caramelized pears, a little piece of Brie cheese wrapped in phyllo, then baked off for about 7 minutes. Absolutely delicious. Brie and pear is a perfect pairing together.
Yeah.
It tastes great. And we have little miniature quiches here too. You know, they have the pre-made crusts that you can purchase. And you can fill it with whatever combination of egg and filling. So in here we've got lobster cobbler, we've got a broccoli cheddar, we've got a spinach Florentine, and we've got a bacon one as well.
And that looks like something you could even make as far as something sweet, like fill it with, you know, something not as healthy or not as
absolutely.
foodie.
No, these crusts are great. You can put it whatever you. So if you wanted to make a little miniature French toast out of it, you know, you just get the custard for that as well.
That looks very incredible as well.
And again, don't forget about mimosas, or you know, if you're going over to someone's house for brunch, why not bring over a basket of wine or some sparkling wine to get the party started off right in the morning.
And it looks like there's some mixed berries up there as well.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, it's we want to make sure that we eat a balanced diet, a balanced meal. So having the berries or the fruit trays you can pick up here, or make them at home with the fruits you buy here is a great way to really eat healthy and not just loads and loads of syrup on something.
And this is a healthy dish as well. At least some of the ingredients in it are, and you can get your proteins and pretty much everything.
Absolutely,
right
and if you really wanted to make it extremely healthy, just use egg whites, and you can make an egg white frittata and it'd be wonderful.
Well, that certainly tastes good, and I want to get to eating the rest of this. You should as well, but I want to just thank you again for showing me the ways to your kitchen here at Vincent Joe's Gourmet Market, and thank you for joining us for another episode of What's Cooking at Vincent Joe's.